Well, good morning. Let's talk a little bit about coralline algae and magnesium. A lot of products out there right now that are selling an additive that you put into your fish tank that will turn your rocks purple and pink and start that coralline algae growing inside of your aquarium. Matter of fact, if you take a look at some of this stuff that they have, it's every place. It even comes with little bottle brushes. Isn't that neat there? Little bottle brushes for you. But all of these will work. You know, the truth of the matter is if you want to go that route and spend 15 bucks a bottle or 30 bucks for the pair of them, purple up, look at everybody's making it now. You could go that route. That's up to you. Or you could just increase the magnesium that's in your tank. And that's what we're going to talk about today. You know, the truth of the matter is about a month and a half ago, I was in a local pet store, and there were some folks talking about growing coralline algae, and this fellow saying, I'm trying to grow it, and I've been dumping this purple stuff in my tank, and it's just not growing. What am I doing wrong? Of course, I asked him what his magnesium levels were. He didn't know. He's like, well, why does that matter? Well, it matters, makes all the difference in the world. So if you want to grow coralline algae in your tank and you're having some difficulty, you may want to make sure your magnesium levels are up above 1,400 or so parts per million. To show you this video, I had very little coralline algae growing on these rocks about 2 months ago. So I just went ahead and increased my magnesium up to about 1,400 parts per million. And that was up from, I think I was averaging somewhere around, 1,290, 1,320. But when I brought them up very quickly, I started to see the pink and then the purple coralline algae start to grow. So one thing that I've noticed a lot of people talking about on YouTube and a few of the other Facebook pages is that magnesium is good to control green algae. Indirectly, yes. Magnesium doesn't control algae itself. However, it causes coralline algae to grow on the rocks, that purple and pink coralline algae to grow, preventing any actual acreage for the green algae to grow across the rocks. So by growing the coralline algae and by encouraging that with high magnesium levels, you'll see your algae growth drop in the tank. You'll see the coralline algae begin to take hold on the glass, as you see in the back of the tank now, on the rocks, as you can see in this video now. And you won't have to buy any of the pink or the purple stuff. I mean, the truth of the matter is all that stuff is a little bit of magnesium, some trace elements, and spores of coralline algae. They just scrape the coralline algae off of rocks, put it in the bottle. So that's what you're buying. And once you treat your water one time with it, that's the magnesium spike, the extra trace elements are gone, and you're relying on everything in your tank to grow and propagate that coralline algae. The basic fact is that you need the same thing to grow coralline algae that you need to grow stony corals. And magnesium is a big play in that. So if your calcium levels are good and your alkalinity is good and you're not sure why you're not really growing coralline algae, you may want to kick up your magnesium to somewhere around 1,450 to 1,500 parts per million gradually. Well, we just fed this tank and I turned off the blue light so you could see it in real color and really see that those purples are standing out. You notice from the tang, I'm not enhancing purples or the tank would be glowing. That tang sail fin would be glowing purple. So that's the actual color. And by raising the magnesium and maintaining those calcium, maintaining the alkalinity, and maintaining at least a normal, reasonable trace element level in the tank, that coralline algae grows just as well as any stony coral will. And there's plenty of information that are in the comment section of this video that explain magnesium's role in growing coralline algae and actually growing a good, healthy tank that's strong, has a strong skeleton, and that can sustain the weight of the corals growing on the rocks because the coralline algae basically reinforces that bond. Now, there's a product that Tropic Marine makes, a wonderful biomagnesium. Let me turn off this second video here. What do we have? The tank, we don't need that. So the biomagnesium is a great product. It's in a powder form and also in a liquid. I use a liquid, a little bit easier to handle, and it absorbs into the tank a little bit faster and quicker than that powder. So I prefer the liquid. And once you bring that magnesium up and you see the coralline algae begin to grow, you may hit a point where you bring that magnesium back down because too much coralline algae can be a nuisance. It'll grow all over your pumps, all over the glass, grows on plastic, it grows on rocks, grows on everything. So eventually you'll be cleaning your pumps, your wave makers, all that stuff you're gonna have to take out and clean the coralline algae off of because it will continue to grow like crazy with that elevated magnesium. So it's a great product to use. Truth of the matter is, if you want to buy one of these other products that are out there, go right ahead and buy them. You're going to find out that, let me turn that back on, that spending this extra money isn't going to make anything happen faster. You'll probably end up spending this extra money and then finding out that you have to increase your magnesium levels anyway. And as long as your tank is maintaining its normal healthy levels to grow Coralline, you really don't have to add all this stuff that they're trying to sell you. Just increase your magnesium and you'll be doing fine. So just a quick thought about that. You can go online, Tropic Marin's website. You can find and do the research on the bio-magnesium. You can buy it at Petco, both in the store and online right now. And just thought it'd save you some time if you want to grow some Coralline algae and you want to do it the natural, normal way and not buy a bunch of hype and magic in a bottle. Increase your magnesium, maintain all your levels healthy to grow a stony coral, and that Coralline algae will be a nuisance for you in no time at all. Enjoy, have a wonderful day. See you in your fish tanks. Bye-bye.